Now, because of what we've heard from the minority, kindly explain to us, what's the work of the 5-member team you had?
I'm glad that you have asked this question, because when you listen to the minority press conference, it's clear that they are the only strangers in Jerusalem. They don't seem to know what is going on. They are so scared, so frightened by oral, which means that their deeds scares them to the high heavens. They are scared to death that they can't even appreciate what is going on. President Mahama has made it clear the oral team is a preparatory team, just receiving information, receiving evidence of corruption, of state capture, of malfeasance, of embezzlement. That is what this team is about, nothing more. This team is not inviting people. We haven't summoned anybody. We have not raided anybody's home. But when you listen to these minority MPs, oh, why are you inviting people? Why are you... the last time, Femi Martin said, we are entering people's homes, going under people's beds. Why are they so scared about their homes, about their beds? What their colleague Cecilia Dapart did, of course, gives us an idea about what they have done and what we will see if we invade their homes and we get under their beds. But is that what the oral team is doing? All we are doing is receiving the information, the evidence of corruption, of state capture. Then we are going around to do validation. We want to be sure that we don't become an armchair committee that presents a report that is not credible to His Excellency the President. So every single information, every single evidence of corruption we have received, we are just going around doing an assessment, doing a field validation to be sure that we have not been sent on a wild goose chase, the information coming in is credible, is authentic, before we capture it in a report, so that what we will present to the President is a report that everybody can count on, a report which is credible. So where from these press conferences about why are you inviting us? We call on our members not to respond to invitations, and then they go into the acquisitions that they have made, that the acquisitions are legitimate. I mean, look, everybody in Ghana, and even those outside Ghana who have followed affairs under the Akufo-Addo-Bawumia era, know that never in our history have we seen such levels of corruption, such levels of despicable state capture. Never happened. So when you claim in your press conference that everything is above board, you have done the right things, and you are just being harassed, what are you talking about? Do you have any respect for the Ghanaian people? Do you have any respect for truth? Look at what we put out last week. The NIB boss buying cantonments land, 2 plots of land in cantonments for 160,000 Ghana cedis. Sana, your hometown, Sogakope, 160,000 cedis. Can you get a plot of land there? 160,000 cedis. This is prime Accra. Land that conservative market value is between $700,000 and $1 million. They are paying a measly, a paltry 160,000 Ghana cedis. Is that not robbery? Is that not theft? Meanwhile, Article 257 is very clear. All of these state assets are for us. They are for Ghanaians. We have only said, oh, we've elected you as president, so it's vested in your care to hold it in trust for and on behalf of the Ghanaian people. They are for the Ghanaian people. Then You are elected, you invite your cronies, and then you share these lands amongst them. Then what do they mean by they bought these properties legally? Have they read the Land Use and Spatial Planning Act? That law is very clear. If you are going to do rezoning, for example, if you look at the land the NIB boss looted, that was the Agric Mechanization Center. We have sent the media there, you have seen how in their indecent haste to loot, they did not even make sure that vital agric equipment, irrigation pumps, combined harvesters are even protected. Our archives, agreements, contracts, documents, all of them left at the mercy of the vagaries of the weather. They just removed roofs, sacked people so that they would take over the land. Now, under the LUSPA law, you need parliamentary approval when you are doing these rezonings because the original acquisition was for agric mechanization. Now you are using the place, you rezoned the place for accommodation. Where did you get that approval from? So that whole thing is illegal. Take another example, the Lomote Adote family, whose home demolished by politically exposed state capture vampires. We went there a couple of days ago. If you listen to the traumatic account of the family, how they could not even salvage their valuables, only for the Lands Commission to write subsequently that that allocation was a mistake, that they should not have allocated that piece of land to Dream Citrix, a politically exposed company linked to the former second family, which carried out that demolition. So there is a litany. Go to AU Village in Cantonment. The last time I published the list of top government officials and MPP national executives, Cantonment's land, see how much they paid, unconscionable terms, 183,000 Ghana cedis. 183,000 Ghana cedis. Very unconscionable terms. So how on earth does anybody hold a press conference and claim that oral is a witch hunt, is illegal, is just harassing people, and nobody should respond? I mean, they are totally lost. They clearly don't know what is going on, but you can see that it is because of what they have done. The atrocities they have committed against the Ghanaian people, that is what is making them to hold all of these illogical press conferences, which really, you don't get the head and tail of what they are doing and what they are saying. Look, Sana, the vast majority of Ghanaians are side of President Mahama. The reason why President Mahama won with such an overwhelming landslide victory is that the Ghanaian people want accountability. The Ghanaian people want justice. Why should government officials, civil servants, be chased out of their bungalows? Look, since ORA was established, we have saved not less than 20 bungalows just by receiving tip-offs and going on location. These marauding so-called private developers fronting for politicians have not been able to demolish their bungalows. And there was a very sad story of a young couple, civil servants, they have babies, they're just driving them out and they have nowhere to go to. Nowhere to go to. If we had not intervened, their bungalows, only last Saturday, those 4 bungalows will have been demolished. So these minority folks, whose side are they on? Are they on the masses, the Ghanaian people, who are the victims of this cruel state capture, these blatant corrupt practices, or they are on the side of the looters? Because in this matter, You have to let the Ghanaian people know whose side you are on. But it's very, very clear because they are the perpetrators. They are committing these atrocities, and they know that some of their members, we will have to collect the loot from them, recover the loot from them. When we move to the second phase of oral, we can understand why they are so agitated, why they are so confused, why they are so restless, and they are having sleepless nights. We can understand.
Is that not why essentially they are not happy? Because they are of the opinion that I have legally acquired land that has been given to me. Just when I'm about to clear the land and make sure that the current occupiers of the land leave the land so I can develop it, you intervene, making that difficult for me. So they certainly will not be happy.
Yeah, but we don't care about the happiness of the unjust, people who are engaged in denying all of us state assets that belong to all of us. I mean, how can you go about demolishing bungalows, demolishing people's homes just because you covet the land? And look at what is going on. They don't advertise. They don't follow due process. Nobody hears about it. And look at the rates. Just look at the rates. Cantonment land, airport residential, Labone, rich. And people are paying 100,000, 120,000, 160,000 CDs. Even in dollar denomination, you will not get land in those places at those values when you go to the open market. So we cannot accept this. Look, don't forget that if all of us had not risen up and said that we will not allow Brian Achampon to take our Snake hotels, to grab them for virtually nothing, we will have lost all our Snake hotels. You remember?
Yeah.
You remember, Senna?
Yes, vividly.
We will have lost our Snake hotels. Brian Achampon is one of them. And I know that they are all pained that the vigilance of the Ghanaian people prevented them from capturing. Look, what kind of group is this? They want all our hotels. They want our parks and gardens lands. See what has happened in the parks and gardens enclave in Accra and Wa, hijacked. And then they have so-called private developers building filling stations. Do you know the importance of parks and gardens so far as our collective survival is concerned? They want our river bodies. Wontumi and Co. You see what they've done? They hijack river bodies, hijack our forests. What kind of group is this? When they die and their will is being assessed, our forests, our Ramsar sites are in their wills. Will to their relatives, their nephews, forever. So, look, this is the kind of conduct, the kind of mindset that we don't need for public office. You don't come into public office. What has been placed under your care, that take care of it for all of us, add value, protect it. You rather become a danger. You become a threat. Our collective assets, you then decide that you want it for yourself. Look, the Snake Hotel saga. A few months ago, when Snake, remember the former board chair and the CEO, all of them, Snake said that their hotels were not making profit, they were worthless, and they are tired of keeping them. When the Labadi Beach Hotel made profits only a few months ago and paid over 16 million Ghana cedis in dividends, where did that money go? It went to SNET, so Ghanaian workers benefited. That 16 million cedis dividend, that profit they made, all of that will have gone to one man. It will have gone to Brian Achampon if we had not resisted the sale of the Snake hotels. So look, what we are doing is a selfless, sacrificial, patriotic effort to save our country, to salvage what is left. And that is why I am happy that President Mahama has publicly committed that when we pass the Protection of Public Assets Bill, the bill that I am championing, the private members bill, President Mahama said he will assent to it. I'm so excited about that. And he has committed to it in a manifesto. And I can confirm to you, Senator, that only yesterday, because the 8th Parliament lapsed and we couldn't, pass that bill, I have represented it in this 9th Parliament. I have initiated processes towards the passage of that bill. It is important for Ghanaians to know that we took this position in opposition not because we were in opposition, but because we believe in the principle of protecting state assets, making sure that politically exposed persons, politicians, are banned from buying state assets or looting state assets under the guise of divestiture or sales. So I am glad that we have